From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Thursday, July 3rd, 2025.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kristen Shamus. The Kent County Health Department announced July 2nd that a young child who recently traveled internationally with family now has the measles. It is the second confirmed measles case in Kent County since April, and it's Michigan's 17th confirmed case of the highly contagious virus in 2025. The child exposed others between 11:38 p.m. June 27th and 12:06 a.m. June 28th at the Helen DeVos Children's Hospital's emergency room in Grand Rapids. Anyone who was in the emergency department at the hospital during those times likely was exposed and should monitor for measles symptoms for the next 21 days. Dr. Adam London, health officer for the health department, says there is a troubling resurgence of vaccine-preventable diseases like measles, both here and around the world. He and other health leaders urge people to ensure they've had 2 doses of the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine, also known as the MMR, because, he said, quote, vaccination remains the best defense. It comes a little more than a week after the Grand Traverse County Health Department reported an outbreak of 3 linked measles cases there. Exposure sites that remain within the 21-day monitoring period include the Cinema Carousel movie theater in Muskegon, where there was an exposure from 5:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. June 12th, and at the Walmart Supercenter on Crossing Circle in Traverse City. That exposure occurred between 12:30 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. June 14th. To learn more, go to freep.com.
I'm Clara Hendrickson for the Detroit Free Press. Last month, the Michigan Attorney General's office executed a search warrant at the Michigan Economic Development Corporation office in Lansing. Court documents recently obtained by the Free Press show that the search warrant is part of an investigation into Metro Detroit businesswoman Faye Baydoun and her nonprofit for possible embezzlement. Baydoun's Global Link International received a $20 million legislative grant administered by the MEDC. Court documents indicate that the execution of the search warrant at the MEDC was not without its attention. At a July 1 court hearing, a lawyer for MEDC said the agency has been cooperative with the AG's office during the investigation. An assistant attorney general pushed back on that characterization. A judge ruled that the AG's office would have a taint team review materials MEDC claims are subject to attorney-client privilege and gave the State Economic Development Agency a deadline to appeal the decision.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Eric D. Lawrence. An electric vehicle startup backed by billionaire Jeff Bezos is taking its prototype Slate truck on a road tour. The truck made an appearance in Ferndale, Michigan at the end of June and is scheduled to head to Eastern Market in Detroit on July 5th and 6th. The truck is a 2-seater, but is being touted as something highly customizable, with kits that can turn it into an SUV or cargo hauler. At a price point in the mid-$20,000, the Slate pickup could be one answer to consumers who want an EV or a truck but don't like the higher prices they see on most other offerings in those categories. The Slate truck, which is to be built in Warsaw, Indiana, is expected to be available next year. The company says it will sell directly to consumers. $50 deposits are currently being accepted. The Slate will come in basic gray with the option of adding a wrap to give it some color. It will be a fairly stripped-down offering. No infotainment system and hand-crank windows are ways to keep the final price tag in check. Air conditioning and heat will be included. Traveling music will be available through cell phones and other customer-supplied devices. 2 battery range options are expected to be offered, 150 or 240 miles.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thank you for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.